Do Black Lives Matter?
Well, yes, they do, because they haven't always mattered. I can't have a bad day as a police chief, right? I have to be the cheerleader for
We
everybody.
all have bad days,
Well, we
though,
do.
right? So
Yeah.
how do you deal with it? All right. I'm going to call you Chief Ramsay still. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for coming last second, honestly, and being on the first official episode of Face to Face. How's that feel?
I'm honored.
Come on.
Yeah,
There
how
we
great.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody knows that you are retiring on March 1st. And people are a little bit shocked. They're definitely heartbroken because you had so much impact and so much value. I think one thing that sticks out, and I think we should start it off just deep. Can we go deep? You ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. One thing we start off with is that we're in a world right now of a lot of division, as you would know, just with social media stuff, with just politics left and right, black and white, all of that stuff. So how do you, with somebody that has over 600 officers, right? How do you keep unity in such a divided world with your police force?
Well, I think it has been tough in policing the last few years too. And part of it is we try to recognize the difficult job that they have. And we're grateful that they choose to do it because we need the best and brightest. You know, when you or your family needs the police, you want top notch.
Yeah.
You want the best and the brightest.
Yeah.
And to do that, to continue to maintain quality candidates, we need to recognize that they have a tough job and encourage the best and the brightest to enter the field. So part of it is recognizing the difficult job they have and showing appreciation. And
Yeah.
I think it's not just one person, it's not just me, but I think this community has been supportive of our police department.
Yeah, that's a great answer. You talked about candidates. I feel like, and it's really unfortunate, but if anything goes wrong in just the police force, it kind of lands on you, right?
Oh, it
Being the
sure
chief,
does.
right? So with knowing that pressure, how does one discern, or even just whether it's background checks or whatever, how do you just decide who to hire and how does that process work?
Well, we have one thing I'm proud of our team. We've got an ace recruiting team. So in 2015, we had about 430 applicants.
Yeah.
Every year since then, we've gone up. We're around 1,000 applicants a year now. So we have seen a significant increase in the number of applicants.
Okay.
About 75% have a 4-year degree. And then the diversity we're seeing as well because of our targeted recruiting efforts is incredible. And the face of the Wichita Police Department today is very different than it was even just 6 years ago.
Okay, wow. So we definitely are, like I said earlier, we're going to miss you. It's going to be like tough transition because you were just such a great impact in the city of Wichita. I think the city of Wichita is just truly asking what led to the decision of you retiring.
Well, so, you know, my kids, they're 11 and 14, and it's tough to be in this role as a chief in a big city because it's a lifestyle. You know, my phone rings all day long.
How many
all night
hours a
long.
week do you think you work?
Well, you know, if you counted 5-10 minutes here, I mean, I probably do 65 hours a week. And it's tough to maintain, you know, being an engaged dad and being a good husband with all that. And, you know, most chiefs in a city of this size, their kids are grown and they don't have the demands of having a young family, and it just adds to the demands when you do have little kids.
So let's talk about those demands. What kind of toll did this put on you, your wife, and your kids? Can you go deep into that a little bit?
Yeah, well, you know, we uprooted my family to come here. And
From Duluth, Minnesota.
From Duluth, Minnesota. And so it was a transition for everybody. And, you know, I can say it was a difficult transition for my family because we had a good life
everybody
there.
was there. Friends, family, church, everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So that transition was difficult. And then I had to work more here. You know, there was a lot of challenges. You know, we had, you know, and I hit the ground running. And this place, you know, a lot of people, their job is 9 to 5. They go home and then they come back at 9 the next day and they pick up. But here it just, the show never stops. It just keeps going. And if not, it picks up. If not more than anything, it picks up at night. And so it's a fast-paced job. And we're talking about a lot of significant life-impacting issues that we deal with.
Yeah. I feel like it's harder to be a chief now than ever.
I
Would you agree?
with that.
Okay.
Yeah. And a police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you retiring? Are you done being a police officer? What's next for you?
You know what? I love this profession. So I am not going to give it up. I may work consulting or doing some part-time police work,
Okay.
just pushing a squad car. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can tell you this. I'm going to take a couple months
Okay.
of a break
You
and
need
figure
it, man.
things out.
Okay.
I do.
Come on.
Yeah.
Any vacation? What you got going?
Well, this month we're going to head out of town for a little bit
Okay.
and take a vacation that we
Yeah.
haven't had for a while.
There
so
we go.
looking
Much
forward to
deserved. I want to touch a little bit back though on just the toll it put. I feel like a lot of leaders, whether it's a big pastor, whether it's a public speaker, or you even heard recently about the public figure, the Miss USA, that committed suicide, and may your soul rest in peace. But I kind of want to touch a little bit on the importance of mental health with people that seem like they might have it all together, or people that are at the top of their career. So like I said, whether that's the chief or even somebody like myself who's always in front of people, always smiling, all that. How important is it to keep your mental health intact with a role like yourselves, like your role?
For me, it's critical, right? I mean, I can't have a bad day as a police chief, right? I have to be the cheerleader
But
for
we
everybody.
all have bad days,
Well, we
though,
do.
right? So how do you deal with those?
Well, for me, it's I like working out and running.
Okay.
That's my release. Is doing physical exercise and spending time with family. That's my release. But there's no doubt it is, when you talk about the scrutiny of police work, and particularly a police chief, it is. I can tell you, over the last 6 years, I've had incidents that have weighed heavily on my mind where I didn't sleep. I thought about it all the time.
Who's the person you talk to for those? Is that Tracy? Is that one of your best friends from Duluth, Minnesota? Like, what is that?
Yeah, you know what? I don't like to talk to Tracy too much about it because I don't want to get her upset.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's smart. That's good
more
advice.
of my leadership, people in my leadership team,
Okay.
people at work have been very, very good to talk about and debrief with things on. But outside of that, not a lot of people. Because, outside of police work, too, people don't understand.
Good point.
Some of the dynamics. And so I would say friends at work.
Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about being a leader. Out of just your many years of leadership, what do you think is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
The best piece of advice I've ever gotten? Well, it is it's good advice. I don't know if I follow it all the time.
Okay. But
it is, work-life balance. Yep. And, a part of it is I love my job, right? I'm passionate about the role that police play in society.
Yeah.
And, Tracy and I joke that sometimes work is like my mistress, right? She'll hide my phone in the crisper, right? She gets mad at me when I answer it, and we're having a conversation. My kids know when I'm thinking about it. Yeah. They can detect it.
They can tell. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's.
So has it? I mean, again, taking it deep. Has it ever gotten to the point where Tracy has gotten mad at you because you were working so much, or
all the time.
You were all the time?
Oh,
okay.
all the time.
And what's the importance of communication in a relationship like that? Because I'm in a 2.5-year relationship. I'm pretty busy, nowhere close to you. But there's sometimes too where I have to say, "Hey, Faye, no cell phone, no social media, no emails. I have to lock in."
Yeah.
So how important is communication for you, and what have you learned in this process of whether Tracy getting mad at you or things like that?
Well, I'm still learning.
Okay.
After 25 years.
Yeah. Wow.
It's you know the right things, and you should be doing stuff, but it's the discipline, and it truly is focusing on your partner and making sure that you dedicate time, and I say this not from being Mr. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, that's good advice though. That's really good advice. All right, so I don't know how many people know this, but this is our second interview, right? And our first one was in June of 2020, and it was during a crazy time, right? We all know that George Floyd, Black Lives Matters, and I just want to, again, as a black man, just say thank you for your leadership. And I feel like a lot of people feel like it's time to be a leader when the bad stuff happens, right? But you really took it upon yourself and you said, hey, in 2015, 2017, 2018, I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to talk to the community. I'm going to make sure that I hear them out. So I think that equipped you for that moment to be able to stand up on a high platform and say, I'm here for you guys. I know what this is like. I've talked these conversations, and I asked you one question prior, and I'm going to ask you again, just so that everybody that's listening to this interview can hear it. Do Black Lives matter?
Well, yes, they do, because they haven't always mattered, right? And I think that's one of the things that's important to remember is that, that's the critical piece to this that people get mad at or upset at. And I'm like, well, remember history. And when you look at disparities in our community of income and housing and education, the list goes on and on, that still are a significant problem. And we have a lot of people who want to help in this community, and that is really at the heart of a lot of what I think holds us back is giving everybody equal opportunities.
Yeah. So speaking of Do Black Lives Matter, right now there's a lot of publicity around the situation with Cedric Lofton, right? And it's super unfortunate. I do know that it was more on the county side and the juvenile side and all of that, but can we just talk about just maybe the emotions of people and just kind of make your perspective on it and how through your leadership, you've kind of trained your guys to make sure that they handle situations like that with care.
Right. Well, there's no doubt. I mean, we're the only 3-digit number you can call 24/7 and get a government agent to your house, right? So there's this over-reliance on police to deal with all these societal issues and significant societal issues that nobody else wants to deal with. Other people can say, no, we're not going to deal with that. We can't. When someone calls us, we have to go and help. And we're not always the best equipped to respond. We put our cops in tough situations. Mental health is a big area that we get more and more. We see an increase in people in crisis right now, given I think the current climate with COVID and just the stressors of society. And too often, police are the ones that are called upon to deal with it, and we're not always the best ones to be there. But there's no other options, right? So people need to start funding more treatment, more options, more help for people. We should have a number you can call where someone is in a mental health crisis, and it doesn't have to be 911.
Yeah. Do you think that Cedric situation could have been handled better?
I think there's a task force that's being put together to really examine that and determine, what could have been done better. I've been preaching this now for 16 years as a police chief, that we need more mental health advocates, more mental health help in our community.
This is good. So you're basically saying that this situation could have been avoided if we would have had more mental health professionals dealing with that situation than potentially, whether it's officers or sheriffs.
Yeah, it's not quite that easy, but there's no doubt if we had more options other than
I agree
police.
with you. Yeah.
But everybody agrees, but nobody wants to pay for it because it is expensive, right?
Okay.
How
messy is the politics in all of this?
Well, really what it boils down to is money. I don't hear anybody saying we don't need more mental health providers treatment in this community. Everybody agrees. The issue is buck up and pay for it.
Money, huh?
Money. And, traditionally this has been a state, federal, county issue, but now we see more municipalities getting pulled into it.
Yes.
And from my perspective, Wichita, the biggest city in the state, we get a lot of people here that come here because we have services, we have transit, we have housing, we have help.
Yeah.
And so, but I don't think the taxpayers should have to fund that disproportionate burden, right? So that's why you have the state to come in and, the state could be a better and bigger player in this issue.
Yeah, that's such a great answer. Let's talk about just lessons you've learned as a leader. Out of everything you've been through as a chief, what do you think the biggest lesson is that you've learned?
Well, the lessons happen every day. And but for me, I think it's communication. When we look internally in the department, things that I could always do better at, I could always communicate more. I could always talk more. I could always share what's going on. I mean, it is a big part of being a leader in an organization of 900 plus people.
Okay, yeah.
Externally, I can talk more and share the struggles about the mental health issues. And, but it is, communication, I think, is really probably the biggest lesson, the biggest area that I think leaders need to be aware of.
Okay.
And I haven't perfected it.
Yeah.
I know I strive for it, but I'm not there yet.
Wow, that's so good. So obviously, now that you are leaving, there has to be somebody that fills your spot. It is somebody that is going to be an interim chief as of now. What's his name again?
Right. It's Lem Moore. He's
Okay.
a deputy chief.
Okay, got you. And do you have a relationship with him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good guy.
Lem is he's all about relationships.
Okay.
He has been. I promoted him to captain and deputy chief, and he'll do a good job.
So you had a say in who the interim chief was.
Well, not necessarily say in the interim, but I had promoted him to 2 spots.
Oh, captain
previously.
and deputy chief, and then
Yes.
now he's interim.
Yes,
There
and
we
the
go.
city
Makes sense.
manager appoints. But
Okay.
I am fully supportive of him in that role.
Okay, so whether it's him or whoever the new person is, what piece of advice would you give to the new chief?
Get out of the office, whether it would be
That's good.
internally in the department as well as externally in the neighborhoods. You know, the people want to see the chief here. They want to know them as a person. They want to know that they care.
So is it easy to kind of just stay locked in your desk and emails as a chief?
I could sit there 24/7 and do emails and computer stuff and policies.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that. I would have thought you had like a staff that handles all that like you were supposed to be out there. So
Yeah.
that's actually really good advice.
Get out, you know. There's no doubt that is where I think that served me well in the community. I could always walk around more in the department too. I just, there's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. 10 years from now, if somebody says, do you remember who Chief Ramsay is? What do you want them to say about you? How do you want to be remembered here in Wichita?
I think like most of us want to remember that we've made it better than when we got here, right? That we leave it a better place. And that's what I hope, is that I've left this a better place.
Okay. All right. So what will you miss most about Wichita?
I'll miss my friends and I'll miss the community, without a doubt. Yeah.
Any restaurants you'll miss? Any little burger joints or?
Well, I'm an AVI fan. I
Okay,
have this
yeah.
one meal that I get every time, and
There we go.
my coworkers and friends always make fun of me that it's the only thing I've ever eaten at that restaurant, but it's my favorite.
Yeah. And you're also a pickleball guy. Are you going to miss that?
I am. I will miss pickleball, and
Yeah.
I'll miss the people that I've played with.
Yeah, because Duluth is cold out there, man. Ain't nobody playing pickleball. Oh, man. Okay, so pickleball, you'll miss some of the friends. And last question for you, man. And first of all, thank you so much. This has been amazing. Has it been good to you? Have you been enjoying it?
It's always fun to talk to you.
So last question, man. So what has been your proudest accomplishment here in the city of Wichita as a chief of police?
I think that we have improved relationships with people that historically haven't had a good relationship with the police department.
Can you go deeper with that? Would you say minorities?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, without a doubt. And our lower income community has, had not so great interactions with the police department historically, and I think that we're on a good trajectory, and I really hope that we can maintain it.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. So let's say another big city calls you up, and let's say you're in Duluth, Minnesota right now. Another city calls you up, whether it's a Dallas or a Nashville, and they ask you to be the new chief. Would you apply? Would you go for it?
Yeah. Well, remember I told you how this job sometimes is like a mistress. I mean, one of my favorite things was I was an executive board member of the Major City Chiefs of Police Association.
Okay.
And it was great to interact with all these other colleagues.
It's pretty cool.
I like urban policing, but with my kids' ages and where I'm at in life, not anytime in the near future.
Okay.
No, they are
That's a good
coming
answer.
first.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time. We couldn't leave you empty. We could not leave you empty-handed. So I took it upon myself just yesterday, I'm being honest with you, to call as many businesses as I could and just said, hey, I'm having the chance to interview the chief of police right before he comes. And do you mind just giving something as a gift to him? So we have a fun little surprise for you here. So
That sure was nice.
Let's go ahead and bring him out. And just the fact that they were able to come so last second just shows a lot about their respect for you. So
Well, that was thoughtful.
yeah, so they're going to have him bring him out over here.
Wow.
There's a lot. So
Yeah.
get ready. And we're going to do a little show and tell.
Oh.
So we're going to
Whoa.
yeah, we're going to open him up here. So there we go. The last one here.
My
Okay.
goodness.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, this is mighty humbling.
Okay, let's go ahead and start up with this one here. Let's see who it's from. I don't even know who it's from, but okay, here we go.
Okay.
This one is for House of Sharp. House of Sharp, if you look
Oh,
up there,
yeah.
actually made that sign for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you familiar with them?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they do metal signs, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Open that
awesome.
bad boy up and
Okay. Well. Oh, awesome. Yeah, look at that.
so go ahead and
That's
show the
great.
camera what that is.
Yeah.
So some little Wichita little emblems here.
Yeah.
And yeah, there we go. I love that.
Yeah.
So House of Sharp,
awesome.
thank you so much
Yeah.
for that. There's some more emblems in there, but we can
Yeah.
look at those later.
Awesome.
Okay, we're about to, hey, this is Christmas in January right here, man. So
Yeah.
we're going to keep on going. So the next one here, we have, I don't even know who this is from. Oh, okay. Are you a baseball fan?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Check this out.
Oh, look at this.
Wichita
The
Wind Surge.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be awesome to throw with Ian.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
That
hold
sure
that
was
shirt
nice
up,
of these
yeah.
guys. Yeah, look.
Look at that. Come
Awesome.
on. Size, are you
Yeah.
large, medium?
Depends, but I like this looks
like
like
it
it's the
fitting
right
right?
size. Yeah,
There
I
we
like the fit. Yeah.
I guess a
That's
large,
awesome.
so I don't
Yeah,
know.
Thank you.
I know you in the gym, man.
Yeah.
Arms are bigger than mine. I got to get back.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So we got your little wind
That's
surge
awesome.
thing. You're going to have just stuff all over the place. We're going to keep on going. What did you say you'll miss most about Wichita?
The people.
What else?
Oh, yeah. What? Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Open this bad boy
Look
up.
at this. Oh, my gosh.
So our friends at Chicken and Pickle got you some paddles.
Well, that was really nice of them.
Yeah, and we have quite a bit more in there. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you can probably put that on the floor.
Yeah. Look at this.
We got a Chicken and Pickle
And a
beanie.
hat.
It's cold
Yeah.
in Duluth, right?
I got to know some of the staff there.
and
Just
we
from,
got okay.
they're really community oriented there too.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
that's
so we
awesome.
have some
Yeah.
pickleballs.
That is awesome.
All right, we're halfway there.
Good people.
We're gonna keep on going.
I know. I don't know if I'm deserving of all this
Of course
stuff.
you are, man. Come on. All right, so let's go ahead and get. Okay, this one's heavy. What is this? Okay, I think you like this one. Summertime. Are you a barbecue guy at all, man?
Oh, yeah.
You like to grill out?
All the time.
Come on, check this bad boy out. Our friends at is it All Things Barbecue?
Yes.
There we go,
That's
here in
where I got
Delano?
my grill. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
they said that they know you.
Yes.
So we
Yep.
got a little rub type set for you here.
Oh, look
And
at that.
Turn that around. Let's go ahead and see
Awesome.
that.
Yeah.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I brought my grill back that I bought from them.
There we go.
Up to Minnesota. Yeah.
Okay, do you grill out?
Yeah. All the time.
Oh, so this will be
Yeah.
beneficial.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, we got two more.
Oh my goodness.
Keep on going here. Let's see here. Okay, I think either you might like this or Tracy might like this. Are you a coffee fan at all?
I am a little bit of a coffee fan.
Okay,
Tracy's
Tracy
a big
is.
coffee
Okay,
fan.
Leslie's Coffee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they
Awesome.
brought they gave you a little
Oh,
tote bag and
yeah.
they gave you
Wasn't that
some
nice?
coffee beans. So
Wow.
thanks to Leslie's Coffee
Yeah.
and
That's awesome.
yeah.
For sure.
And I know how stressful the chief of police role has been on you. So our last gift, if you're not 21 and over, go ahead and log off right now. Our friend from Jenny Dawn Sellers
Yeah.
got us a little gift box here.
Oh.
So you have some wine
That's so
and
nice.
you have some chocolates from Jenny Dawn Sellers. And yeah, so maybe on your vacation, maybe celebratory dinner with you and the lady. This is for you, man.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's one more.
That's great.
So Jenny Dawn, thank you so much for
Yes.
that. And yeah, Tracy like wine? She
Oh, yeah.
enjoys? There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and the last one, it's nothing special, man, but it's super sentimental. It's from me personally. You truly were the person that took my talk show to the next level. For you to say yes to just being a part of it, it almost kind of wants me to get into tears, man, because it just meant a lot that you took the time for a young black man to be able to just say yes to a talk show that now has just literally kept me in Wichita, kept me in my apartment that I'm at now. So this is just a mug just of the logo, and I want you to remember like the impact that you had on my life, man. So
Well, that's awesome.
I appreciate you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. I did not mean to get all emotional, but yeah. So, Chief of Police Gordon Ramsay. I'll always call you Chief. And yeah, thank you. This is Face to Face, episode 1 officially. And here we go.
Thanks.
Thank you.